Chapter 1. The Eternal Stone. The Great Pyramid of Giza. The sun rises over the desert, casting its golden light on a vast sea of sand and stone. And there, rising from the earth like a colossal sentinel of time, stands the Great Pyramid of Giza. A marvel that has defied ages, enduring through thousands of years, outlasting civilizations, and even the memories of those who built it. But how? And why? These stones, enormous, heavy, and precise, are not just random blocks piled high. Each one is part of a larger, carefully designed pattern. Each stone was carved, measured, and placed with astonishing accuracy. The precision is almost unsettling. How could such an incredible structure be built so long ago? With no cranes, no heavy machinery, no modern tools. The pyramid was not the first monument humans built, but it remains among the most puzzling, as though it holds within its very stones secrets we are yet to understand. We begin here, at the foot of the Great Pyramid, looking up at its awe-inspiring height. This pyramid, built for the pharaoh Khufu, is the largest in Egypt. It rises over 450 feet into the air, built from more than 2 million stones, some of them weighing as much as a truck. Just imagine, each one of these stones, shaped and lifted, with nothing more than the hands and strength of thousands of workers. Or was there something else? Some technology, some knowledge that we can't even begin to imagine. The sands shift slightly underfoot, but the pyramid remains, steady and silent, as it has for thousands of years. Even with all our modern machines, the exact methods used to construct this giant remain a mystery. It's as if it defies time itself, standing against the passage of the years, telling us something. But what? Let's take a step closer, touch these stones, feel their cool surface under the sun's heat. Each block is perfectly aligned, not just with the others, but with the compass points. North, south, east, west. It's aligned with an accuracy we would struggle to achieve even now, with all our technology. How did the builders know so much about the Earth's alignment? Did they understand the stars, the Earth's magnetic fields? With each question, the mystery grows. The Great Pyramid wasn't just built for show. It was made with a purpose. Some say it was a tomb, a resting place for a king. But why go to such extraordinary lengths for a tomb? And if so, where are the treasures, the remains, the signs of a burial? Strangely, nothing has been found inside. No body, no treasures, just empty chambers and passageways. Could it be that we misunderstand its purpose? That we're looking at the Great Pyramid as we might look at any building and missing something? The construction itself is a mystery. Stone on stone, layer on layer, reaching skyward. Some theories say ramps were used. But imagine ramps high enough and strong enough to lift these massive stones all the way up. Other theories suggest cranes, pulleys, maybe even water systems. Yet, all these ideas have flaws, leaving us with no solid answer, just possibilities. Could it be, perhaps, that these builders had access to tools or knowledge lost to us now? As we stand before it, we can only marvel at the determination it must have taken to see this structure completed. The stones whisper of strength, of endurance, but also of secrecy. What if the Great Pyramid was a message, one left behind for those who would come after? What if it was built for us? Imagine those builders, layer after layer, stone after stone. Did they know their work would be admired, studied and questioned thousands of years later? Did they know they were creating a legacy that would survive almost everything else? These people, whoever they were not ordinary workers. They were architects, mathematicians, engineers. They understood principles we are only beginning to uncover. They didn't just know how to build, they knew why. And it seems they had a vision that went beyond the ordinary. The pyramid rises as if in defiance of nature itself. The angles are sharp, the lines straight, all pointing upwards to the sky. It's almost as if it's reaching out to something, or perhaps marking a spot, a connection between Earth and something beyond. This sense of purpose is impossible to ignore. The design isn't random. It follows precise mathematical rules. Some say it holds the value of pi, others say it reflects the measurements of Earth itself. Could these architects have understood such things? Or are we seeing something more? The Great Pyramid, some believe, was more than a structure. Some even suggest it was a type of machine, one that used natural elements in ways we can barely imagine. There are whispers, quiet murmurs, that it might have functioned as an energy source, collecting vibrations from the earth or even harnessing water flowing beneath it. Evidence of water erosion has been found around its base, and scientists have discovered small traces of mysterious magnetic fields within the stones. Energy built from stones. It sounds impossible, doesn't it? But the more we learn about this place, the less we know for sure. The mysteries only deepen, as if the Great Pyramid is hiding its secrets, and only offering clues for those who truly want to understand. What if these stones were more than mere building blocks? What if the Great Pyramid was not just a tomb, not just a symbol, but a tool, a technology we no longer understand? This is no simple mystery. This is a puzzle. And with each piece, the image becomes stranger, more astonishing. We've only just begun to scratch the surface. There's a saying that every stone has a story. And here, among these ancient rocks, that saying feels true. Each one is a word in a story we have yet to read. As we step back, our minds racing with questions, we realize the Great Pyramid isn't just a monument of stone. It's a mystery set in stone, an invitation to explore, to question, and to wonder. The pyramid stands silent, yet within its silence, there is something calling, something that seems to whisper, "Find me, unlock my secrets." And so, we continue our journey. Chapter 2. Silent Architects, the Builders Beyond Time. Close your eyes. Imagine a world thousands of years ago. A world filled with golden sands stretching endlessly under a blazing sun. And amidst it all, the Great Pyramid of Giza rises, towering above the desert. But who created this masterpiece? Who were the hands that laid each stone? Who were the minds that conceived of this wonder? Who were these silent architects? These builders beyond time? The answer has eluded us for centuries. We know so little about them. They left behind no names, no faces, no stories carved in stone, just the pyramid itself. And yet their work speaks. It speaks of skill, of knowledge, of an understanding beyond what we thought possible. These builders were not ordinary. They were something else. Imagine them now, men and women, working under the searing sun. Their hands are worn, calloused, yet they handle each massive stone with precision, with care. They don't have modern tools. They have no machines, no computers, no advanced technologies, just simple tools, ropes, wooden sleds, and their hands. And still, they achieve the impossible. Stone after stone, layer after layer, they shape a structure so perfect, so vast, that it would challenge even today's engineers. But who were they really? Were they farmers and labourers, as some believe, or could they have been something more? There are whispers, theories. Some say they were highly skilled artisans, engineers with knowledge passed down from generation to generation, secrets kept within select circles, guarded and treasured. Imagine the knowledge required, the training, the wisdom, knowledge that perhaps has been lost to us, or hidden. Some say they were mathematicians, scientists, able to measure, to calculate, to predict. Think about it. The pyramid's alignment is almost perfect, true north. It follows precise geometric shapes, even holds secrets of mathematical constants like pi and the golden ratio. Could they have known about these numbers, these principles, before they were discovered in modern times? Or were they using something beyond numbers, beyond formulas? Picture this. These builders, standing in the shadow of the rising pyramid, looking up at their work as it stretches toward the sky. They didn't work alone. No, it would have taken thousands, maybe tens of thousands of workers. But it wasn't just labour. It was cooperation, coordination, unity. Imagine the planning it required, the organisation. Every stone had to be moved in harmony, each person working in sync. They weren't just building a monument, they were part of something larger, something almost supernatural in its scale. And yet, despite all we know, their names remain a mystery. History has erased them, as if they never existed. But their work remains, a testament to their lives, their skill. We can feel their presence in each stone, in every line of the pyramid. It's as if they're still here, watching us, urging us to look closer, to see what they saw. But how did they do it? Some believe they used ramps, perhaps mile-long ramps to lift the stones. But imagine the sheer scale. Such ramps would have required more material, more effort than the pyramid itself. And others suggest cranes, wooden structures. But wooden cranes strong enough to lift stones weighing several tons? It seems unlikely. So what if they had another way? A secret method, passed down, guarded closely. It's a question that haunts archaeologists and historians alike. Each stone seems to hold a riddle, a piece of a puzzle we can't solve. But imagine if we could see through their eyes, feel the heat, the weight of the stone in our hands, the sound of tools striking rock. Imagine their strength, their determination, day after day, year after year. They weren't just building a structure, they were creating a legacy, something meant to endure long after they were gone. These builders, these silent architects, left us something more than stone. They left us a mystery. The sheer size of the pyramid, its weight, its placement. Everything about it defies explanation. It's almost as if it was designed to make us wonder, to leave us questioning. As if they knew that one day, far in the future, people like us would stand here, in awe, unable to fully understand. Some say that maybe these builders had knowledge that has since been lost. Knowledge of physics, of balance, of energy. Could it be that they tapped into natural forces we have yet to rediscover? Forces that allowed them to move stones, to align structures, to build a masterpiece with nothing more than raw skill and, perhaps, a bit of ancient wisdom. Imagine that they had techniques, tools, methods that were erased from history, lost to time. Techniques that have faded into legend. Or maybe they weren't lost. Maybe they're still there, hidden within the pyramid's walls, waiting to be uncovered. Waiting for someone to ask the right questions. Now, think about this. The workers, the architects, the planners, everyone who was part of this grand project had a single purpose. They knew they would never see the final result, yet they worked day after day with a dedication we can only imagine. What drove them? Was it loyalty? Perhaps pride? Or was it something more? Something we may never understand? The pyramid stands as a silent witness to all these mysteries. Each stone is a story, a piece of their legacy, a fragment of their lives. And though we may never know their names, we can feel their presence. It's as if they're still here, speaking to us across time, urging us to look deeper, to ask questions, to seek answers. The silent architects left us clues, but they also left us with a challenge to uncover their secrets. Who were they? Farmers, mathematicians, engineers, geniuses, or something else entirely? This question remains unanswered, an echo in the sands of time, calling to those who dare to listen. And as we leave this chapter, one thought lingers. What if we are only scratching the surface? Chapter 3. Engineering Marvels or Mysteries. As the morning sun climbs over the horizon, its rays strike the Great Pyramid, casting long, dark shadows that reach out like hands across the desert. It's hard not to feel something powerful, something almost alive in this place. We stand before it, looking up, our minds filled with questions. How did they build it? How did these ancient engineers achieve such impossible feats? The Great Pyramid was built with an astonishing precision that leaves even modern experts puzzled. Each side, aligned to the 4 cardinal points, north, south, east, and west, so accurately that even the slightest deviation is barely detectable. And yet, this was done without compasses, without GPS, without modern technology. How? Let's take a closer look. Imagine a construction site as it would have been thousands of years ago. Dust rises from the ground, the sound of hammering echoes through the air. Workers drag massive stones, each weighing several tons. They would have needed ramps, perhaps miles of ramps, to reach the top. But such a ramp would have been almost as large as the pyramid itself. Could there have been another way? This is where theories emerge. Different ideas, each more daring than the last. Some believe the stones were pulled up with pulleys and ropes, while others think a system of levers was used. But each theory has its flaws, leaving us unsure, uncertain. The more we learn, the more questions arise. The stones themselves, each cut with a precision that seems impossible even today. Imagine, each block fits so perfectly with the next that not even a razor blade can slide between them. The cuts are smooth, the edges sharp, each piece a perfect part of a larger whole. How could they achieve this without diamond-tipped saws or advanced cutting tools? It's as if these builders had discovered a method we no longer know, a technique lost to time. Some researchers believe the blocks were carved out of solid rock quarries, then transported miles to the pyramid site. But moving such enormous stones across the desert sand, it boggles the mind. Think of the effort, the sheer coordination required, thousands of workers all synchronized, moving together. How could they have moved such weight with only simple tools? And yet, here it stands. Stone after stone, layer upon layer, reaching up towards the sky. It's as if the pyramid defies logic, defies understanding. Imagine the pride, the sense of achievement that must have filled those builders' hearts as they saw it rise. But was it just pride that drove them? Or was there something more? Then there's the question of the internal design. Inside the pyramid, there's not just one passage, not just one chamber. No, it's a labyrinth, a network of tunnels, shafts, and rooms, each designed with specific angles, precise measurements. Some lead nowhere, while others reach deep into the structure. But why? Why build such a complex maze within? Was it a way to protect something or to hide something? One chamber, known as the King's Chamber, lies in the heart of the pyramid. The stones that make up this chamber are enormous, each weighing up to 70 tons, transported and placed with uncanny accuracy. But why choose such heavy stones? And how were they lifted so high, so perfectly? No one knows for sure. It's as if each stone holds a secret, a clue left behind by its builders. And then there are the air shafts, narrow channels, carved at precise angles, leading from inside the pyramid to its outer walls. Some say these were designed for ventilation, but others believe they point to specific stars, linking the pyramid to the cosmos, as if it were part of a larger design. Imagine these ancient architects aligning their work not just with the earth, but with the heavens above. Did they understand astronomy in ways we can't yet grasp? The more we explore, the more the mysteries deepen. For every answer, two more questions rise, like the desert sands blown by the wind. Some suggest the pyramid was built as a grand experiment, an attempt to tap into unknown energies, forces beyond our understanding. Imagine the possibilities. A structure that could capture or even harness energy. But if so, what kind of energy? And for what purpose? As we stand in the shadows of this monumental structure, we can almost feel it. A sense of awe, of wonder, of something just out of reach. The pyramid doesn't just exist in space, it exists in time. It has stood through wars, through empires rising and falling. It has witnessed the entire history of humanity and remains untouched, unchanged. And yet the pyramid is not silent. It speaks to us, in whispers, in questions. How did they achieve such perfection? How did they understand the physics, the mathematics, the alignment with the stars. How did they create something so enduring that even the ages cannot wear it down? Perhaps the builders left these mysteries on purpose, left behind questions to keep us searching, exploring, questioning. Each stone, each angle, each passageway seems to say, "Look closer, there's more to uncover." The pyramid seems to watch us, as if waiting for someone to finally understand. So, was it merely a tomb, a symbol of power? Or was it something far more complex, a puzzle to be solved, a message for the future? These questions linger as we step back, feeling the weight of the mystery. The Great Pyramid stands tall, a monument to an ancient time, to unknown hands, to a knowledge we can barely comprehend. It is more than just stone and dust. It is a story of humanity's reach, our desire to build, to create, to leave a mark that will last beyond ourselves. And as we leave, a final thought crosses our minds. Perhaps the Great Pyramid was never meant to be fully understood. Chapter 4. Purpose Unveiled. Was it more than a tomb? The Great Pyramid rises, silent and ancient, a monument standing against the sands of time. Most people think they know why it was built. A tomb for a pharaoh, a resting place for a king. But here's the question. If it was simply a tomb, why are there no treasures? No body? Not even the slightest trace of what it once held. Why build something so enormous, so precise, if its only purpose was to house a single man? What if it was meant to be something more? Imagine stepping inside the pyramid, leaving the bright sun behind as you descend into the darkness. The walls close in around you, the air cools, and an eerie silence fills the space. There are chambers, passageways, and shafts, all crafted with care. Some lead nowhere. Some stop abruptly. It's as if the builders had something specific in mind, something hidden, something mysterious. The pyramid has always been called a tomb, but if we think about it, it doesn't look like any tomb we've ever known. A tomb holds treasures for the afterlife, decorations, symbols of wealth and power. But here, inside the Great Pyramid, there's none of that. No gold, no jewels, no artwork, just empty chambers and bare stone walls. What if this structure wasn't built as a final resting place? What if it was designed for a different purpose altogether? Some believe the Great Pyramid was built to protect something, not treasure, but knowledge. A vault for secrets, a container of wisdom. Imagine it, a structure that could outlast time itself, carrying the secrets of a lost world, waiting for the right moment, or the right people, to unlock it. Perhaps these ancient builders knew that information was more valuable than gold, that the wisdom of their time needed protection, needed a guardian. But what kind of knowledge would be so important, so valuable, that it had to be hidden away inside this massive stone giant? Could it have been scientific knowledge, mathematics, or even knowledge about the stars, the cosmos, the forces of nature? Then there's another idea, one that seems almost impossible. What if the pyramid was a tool? Yes, a tool, a device crafted not to store, but to do. Imagine it as an ancient machine built with stone and geometry, harnessing forces we can barely understand today. Some researchers propose that the pyramid could have generated energy. Yes, energy. They say that certain features, the water channels underneath, the materials used in its construction, the alignment with the Earth's magnetic forces, might have created a kind of energy field. It's hard to believe, isn't it? A giant stone structure acting like a power source. But what if this wasn't just wild speculation? What if these builders had discovered ways to harness natural energy? Without electricity, without wires, without anything we think of as modern. Imagine the possibilities. A structure that could produce energy using only the Earth's own resources. Could the pyramid have powered something? Or could it have been sending signals? Or even acting as a receiver, connecting to forces we still don't fully understand? The ancient builders were not only architects, they were scientists, mathematicians, thinkers, who had their own way of understanding the universe. They didn't just build a stone pyramid. They built a monument that followed mathematical rules, a structure with perfect alignment. Maybe they understood energy in ways that we have forgotten, ways that science is only now beginning to explore. But if it was a machine, if the pyramid was indeed created to harness energy, then we are left with even bigger questions. What kind of energy? And, most importantly, why? Consider this. Some theories suggest the pyramid might have been a resonator, meaning it could capture vibrations from the Earth, channeling them in ways that created energy. The materials, limestone, granite, even the original smooth, polished casing stones, might not have been chosen just for their beauty, but for their ability to conduct or enhance certain energies. Imagine the builders, carefully selecting each stone, not just for strength, but for the effect it would have on the pyramid's inner workings. Imagine them testing each material, each angle, until they found the perfect combination. If this theory holds any truth, then the Great Pyramid was not a tomb, nor even a monument, but a masterpiece of ancient engineering, something crafted with a level of sophistication we can hardly imagine. Now let's go deeper. Some researchers believe that the pyramid's precise measurements might hold clues. Its base aligns with the Earth's dimensions, its angles follow mathematical constants, and its structure seems to encode certain universal truths. Could it be that the Great Pyramid was built to communicate something? Not through words or images, but through mathematics, geometry, a language of numbers and proportions? Imagine that this structure was meant to endure, to survive whatever might happen to human civilization. Imagine it was designed to carry a message in stone. But who would that message be for? For us? For future generations? Or for someone beyond our understanding? And then we come to the air shafts. These narrow channels, angled precisely, stretching from inside the pyramid to the outer walls, seem to point to specific stars. Theories suggest they may have had astronomical significance, acting as a link between the Earth and the heavens. Perhaps they were guides, helping to orient the structure with the cosmos, aligning it with forces far beyond our comprehension. As we step back, take one last look at the Great Pyramid and breathe in the silence. The possibilities seem endless. It stands, silent and resolute, as if daring us to unravel its purpose. Was it simply a tomb, a place for a king's rest? Or was it a beacon, a machine, a message? Each idea leads to another question. Each theory opens another door. And we are left with the same question that generations have asked before us. What was the true purpose of the Great Pyramid? We may never know for certain, but perhaps that's exactly what makes it so intriguing. It keeps us wondering, questioning, seeking. The pyramid seems to guard its secrets closely, offering only hints and glimpses, like a puzzle just beyond our reach. And as we leave, one thought lingers in the back of our minds. What if we're only seeing the beginning? What if the Great Pyramid's true purpose is yet to be revealed? Chapter 5. Hidden Chambers and Secret Paths. Deep within the silent heart of the Great Pyramid lies an unknown world. Chambers, passageways, secret paths, waiting quietly as they have for thousands of years. And yet, with all the technology we have today, there are still rooms, still spaces we haven't touched. What secrets lie behind those stone walls? What mysteries do they hold, just out of reach? The Great Pyramid is not just one giant stone structure. No, within its mighty walls, there are hidden paths, narrow shafts, and mysterious voids. Imagine the moment when explorers first stepped inside. Shadows danced across the walls, and every step echoed in the silence, filling the air with a sense of wonder and fear. They knew that each passage they discovered might lead to something unknown, something no human had seen for centuries. Now picture this. In the heart of the pyramid lies the king's chamber, a room unlike any other. The walls are made of massive granite blocks, each one polished and placed with extraordinary precision. But it's empty. No treasures, no decorations, just silence. Why build such a powerful room only to leave it empty? Then there's the Queen's chamber, smaller, tucked away, but equally mysterious. Its walls contain small, narrow shafts, stretching up through the stone. But to where? And for what? Some believe these shafts were designed to connect with the stars, as if the pyramid itself was looking outward, toward the heavens. But there's no clear answer, just the eerie feeling that these shafts served a purpose we can't fully understand. Even today, we're discovering new things about these chambers. Recently, scientists found a large hidden void above the Grand Gallery using advanced scanning technology. It's a space that no one knew existed, untouched since the pyramid was built. What is it? A room? A passage? And why was it hidden so carefully? Could it hold something valuable? Or perhaps it was meant to protect something, or keep something out. As we imagine these hidden spaces, we're drawn to another mystery, the Grand Gallery, a towering passage that leads upward, its walls sloping and its ceiling soaring high above. This isn't just a hallway, it's a masterpiece of design. Its walls are smooth, the stones are lined with a precision that seems almost impossible. It feels as though it's meant to guide, to lead, as if the very architecture is calling us forward. But the Grand Gallery, too, ends in silence. No treasures, no statues, just empty stone, and a feeling, a sensation that this structure was meant for more. Some say the gallery was designed to guide energy or sound, to amplify vibrations from deep within the earth. Imagine standing there, in the gallery's silent embrace, and feeling that energy flow around you, through you. a power that can only be sensed, not seen. As we explore these chambers, we can almost sense the intent behind each one. The builders were creating something specific, each passageway, each shaft, leading somewhere, or perhaps nowhere. But why? Was it meant to be a maze, to keep intruders out? Or was it designed to hold something deep within, something precious, something we're not yet meant to understand? There's another theory that suggests the chambers were aligned not just with stars, but with Earth's own magnetic fields. This would mean that the pyramid wasn't simply a structure, but a complex network interacting with the planet itself. Imagine that, a structure built to harness the Earth's forces, to connect with energies beyond our understanding. The walls would have resonated with that power, each chamber filling with energy that could have been felt, seen, maybe even heard. And then there are the hidden paths. Paths that seem to go nowhere, or suddenly stop, leaving us wondering if the builders meant to confuse those who dared to enter. Why build a path that leads to nothing? Could it have been a decoy, meant to distract, to lead explorers away from something more important? Or did these paths once lead somewhere, but were sealed off, hiding their secrets forever? Some paths have been explored, others have yet to be discovered. With each new passage uncovered, we're left with more questions. Why were they built? And why were so many left empty, incomplete, as though something interrupted their construction, or as if a secret purpose lay hidden in their emptiness? The pyramid seems almost alive with mystery, as if it's hiding its secrets on purpose. Each new discovery only adds to the intrigue. We find a shaft that's too small to crawl through, yet it stretches deep into the structure. We uncover voids that appear out of nowhere, with no clear entrance or purpose. It's as if the pyramid is a puzzle, a game designed to make us question, to keep us searching, always one step away from the answers. The more we learn, the less we know. Each chamber, each passage feels like a message left for us, but in a language we can't yet understand. Some scientists believe that these empty rooms were left as resonating chambers, spaces that would amplify sounds or vibrations. Imagine a place where sound could travel freely, where echoes might reveal hidden secrets. A place where even the faintest whisper could be heard. And as we stand there, looking up at these towering walls, we feel a sense of awe and a sense of anticipation. Could there be other rooms, other chambers still hidden deep within? Perhaps there are chambers we have yet to find, spaces sealed away, untouched by time. Maybe, just maybe, there is still something waiting. Something that could unlock the pyramid's secrets, something that could reveal its purpose at last. Each step into the Great Pyramid, each path explored, each chamber discovered, brings us closer. Yet the answers remain just out of reach. It's as if the pyramid is watching, waiting for someone to understand, to truly see what lies within. We may never uncover all its secrets. Perhaps that's the pyramid's greatest mystery of all. It lets us search, it draws us in, but it never gives away everything. And as we leave, one thought lingers, echoing in the silence of these hidden chambers. What if the pyramid is protecting something? Not just from the outside world, but from us. Chapter 6. A Global Alignment, the pyramids and the stars. As night falls over the desert, the sky fills with stars, ancient and silent, watching over the Great Pyramid. It's almost as if the pyramid itself is looking back, aligned perfectly with the stars above. But why? What secret lies in this celestial connection? Could it be that the pyramid was not only built for Earth, but also designed with the cosmos in mind? The Great Pyramid isn't just a marvel of engineering, it's also a marvel of astronomy. Its sides are aligned almost perfectly with the 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. But how? How did ancient builders achieve such flawless alignment without modern tools, without satellites or compasses? Some say they may have used the stars as guides, but if so, their knowledge of the heavens must have been extraordinary. Imagine these builders standing under the night sky, studying the movements of the stars, the slow turning of constellations. They would have known the stars in ways we can barely imagine today. With no city lights, no distractions, the night sky was their map, their guide, and it seems, their inspiration. But the question remains, why? Why go to such incredible lengths to align the pyramid so perfectly? Could it be that the Great Pyramid wasn't only meant to interact with the Earth, but was also built to connect with something beyond? Something in the stars? Some researchers believe that the pyramid's alignment has a hidden purpose, that it wasn't just for show. They suggest that perhaps it was designed to harness cosmic energy, or to connect with certain celestial forces. Imagine it, an ancient structure, reaching up not just to the sky but beyond, aligning itself with the universe, drawing on energies we can barely comprehend. And then there are the air shafts. These narrow, mysterious passages rise from the king's and queen's chambers, pointing precisely to certain stars. The shaft from the king's chamber, for example, points directly to the star we call Orion, part of a constellation the ancient builders seem to hold in high regard. But why would they go to such lengths to point these shafts to specific stars? What could this alignment mean? Some believe that the stars were not just points of light for the builders. They were markers, symbols, perhaps even messages. Orion, especially, was a constellation they seem to have revered. Its position in the sky, its alignment with the Great Pyramid, suggests a deeper meaning. Was it simply for symbolism, or something more? Imagine those ancient nights, the builders gazing up, watching Orion rise in the dark sky. Did they see it as a place of origin, a place of power? Perhaps they believed that by aligning the pyramid with Orion, they could reach across space, making a connection between Earth and the cosmos, bridging the distance between the known and the unknown. The Great Pyramid was built not only as a monument, but as a reflection of the skies above. Its shape, its angles, its placement, all seem to echo something greater, something beyond our world. It's as if the builders wanted the pyramid to act as a kind of mirror, a map, showing the connection between our world and the universe. But there's more. Some suggest that this alignment could even have served a practical purpose. Imagine if the pyramid was designed to act as a sort of observatory, a place where astronomers could watch the stars, measure their movements, predict celestial events. Perhaps the shafts were not just for ventilation, but were made to help track specific stars, to record the passing of time, to chart the sky as it changed with the seasons. And yet, we're left with questions. Why would an ancient civilization put so much effort into aligning a stone structure with the stars? Why would they care so deeply about connecting with the heavens? Could it be that they believed these stars held the secrets of life itself? Or were they hoping to receive some kind of message, a sign from above? Then there's an even stranger theory, that the alignment with the stars could have acted as a form of communication, a signal. Imagine if the pyramid was built not just as a monument, but as a beacon, reaching out to the cosmos, sending a message across the vastness of space. But to whom? And what would this message say? It's a strange thought, isn't it? The idea that this ancient structure, made of stone and earth, could have been built to communicate with the stars. But perhaps that's exactly what the builders intended. Perhaps they saw the pyramid as part of a larger design, a universal plan connecting the earth with the stars above. Even today, scientists and astronomers are puzzled by the precision of the pyramid's alignment. Modern tools, lasers, satellites, all of them confirm that the Great Pyramid's placement is almost impossibly accurate. It's as if the builders had a technology, a knowledge of the stars, that we've only just begun to rediscover. As we look up, imagining those ancient nights under the open sky, we feel a sense of awe. The Great Pyramid stands as a silent witness to the connection between Earth and the stars. It reminds us that humanity has always looked up, has always wondered about the universe, has always sought to reach beyond the world we know. What if the Great Pyramid was built as a bridge, a way to reach out, a way to say, "We are here"? What if the alignment was meant to create harmony between Earth and the heavens, to remind us of our place in the cosmos? Standing in its shadow, we can almost feel it. A pull, a connection, a reminder that we are part of something much greater. The pyramid, silent and unchanging, seems to tell us to look beyond, to remember the stars, to remember that we too are part of the universe. As we turn away, leaving the Great Pyramid behind us, one thought lingers. Perhaps the pyramid wasn't just looking up at the stars. Perhaps the stars were looking back. Chapter 7. The Power Within. Was it a machine? Imagine standing before the Great Pyramid, feeling its weight, its power, its silence. It is more than just stone, more than just a structure. It feels almost alive. But what if this was no ordinary building? What if the Great Pyramid was a machine? Yes, a machine. Built to harness forces that still defy our understanding. Could it be that hidden within these stones is a source of power, a technology that we've lost, a secret that whispers from ancient times? Let's consider this possibility. Imagine that each block, each chamber, each narrow shaft was carefully designed, not just to stand the test of time, but to serve a purpose. Not just to exist, but to function. Some believe that the Great Pyramid was built as a kind of energy generator, a device that could tap into natural forces, drawing energy from the earth itself. It sounds impossible, doesn't it? Yet, the more we explore, the more intriguing it becomes. Let's start with the structure itself. the Great Pyramid is made from materials that aren't just strong, they're unique. The core is built from limestone, a stone that's known to be a great insulator. The inner chambers, however, are made from granite, a material that contains tiny amounts of quartz crystal. And quartz can produce an electric charge when it's compressed or subjected to vibration. Could this combination have been intentional? Could the builders have chosen these materials to work together to create something more than just stone walls? Imagine the possibility. Vibrations traveling through the earth, channeling through the pyramid structure, resonating within those massive granite blocks, producing a faint, steady energy. The kind of energy that doesn't power lights or machines, but something different, something we haven't yet learned to harness. And then there's the layout. Inside the pyramid, the king's chamber is positioned at a precise height, and directly below it, there are tunnels and passages that run deep beneath the structure. Some researchers believe these passages connect to underground water channels, water flowing beneath the pyramid, moving, creating vibrations. It's been suggested that these channels could act like a natural power source, as the movement of water could generate frequencies and vibrations that would resonate throughout the entire structure. Imagine standing inside the pyramid, the air humming faintly with a low, almost invisible vibration. Could it be that this ancient structure was designed to capture energy from these vibrations? An energy we still don't fully understand? It sounds like something from a science fiction novel, doesn't it? And yet, the evidence is there. Ancient texts from around the world speak of sacred places where energy could be drawn from the earth. Could the Great Pyramid be one of these places? A device meant not just to house, but to harness? A structure that took energy from the natural world, from the ground beneath our feet? And then there are the air shafts. Remember those narrow channels leading from the chambers to the outside? Some researchers have suggested they may have had a purpose beyond mere ventilation. These shafts were aligned with specific stars, yes, but what if they were also designed to help with energy flow, to allow something to pass through or to allow energy to escape? Imagine them as channels, carefully angled to draw in the Earth's natural forces, or even to release something into the sky. And as if that weren't enough, there's another detail that adds to this mystery. In recent years, scientists have found unusual magnetic fields around the Great Pyramid. Tiny, faint fields of energy that seem to concentrate in certain areas, especially around the Queen's Chamber and King's Chamber. Could it be that the pyramid is still active even now, quietly interacting with the Earth's magnetic fields? Imagine what this means. If the Great Pyramid was indeed built to harness energy, then we're standing in front of an ancient machine, an invention that operates on principles we're only beginning to understand. A device that could have drawn power, collected it, used it. But for what? Some theories suggest it might have been used for healing, for meditation, for enhancing the mind. Others say it could have acted as a beacon, transmitting signals to who knows where. And some believe it was even meant to enhance life itself, to create a place of peace, balance, a sanctuary of energy and harmony. Could this be why people today still feel drawn to it, still feel a strange pull, an attraction to its ancient power? Imagine if we could unlock its secrets, If we could truly understand how it worked, what would we find? Could we rediscover a way of producing energy that's safe, natural, endless? An energy source that doesn't harm the earth, that uses only the forces around us? We may never know for sure. And perhaps that's what the builders intended. Perhaps they left this mystery for us on purpose, left us clues to find, left us a structure that would survive the ages, waiting for the right moment, the right people, to unlock its potential. As we stand in the shadow of the Great Pyramid, we can almost feel it, an invisible pulse, a quiet hum, a reminder that the world is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. The Great Pyramid isn't just a building. It's a question left in stone, daring us to find the answer. What if the Great Pyramid was more than just a marvel of engineering? What if it was a marvel of science, a marvel of imagination, a gift from the past to the future? And as we turn away, we realize that the pyramid's true power may never be fully understood. But perhaps, just perhaps, it was meant to be that way. The Great Pyramid, silent, powerful, timeless, waiting for someone to find the key. Chapter 8. Water, Sound and Vibration, the Energy Puzzle. Picture this. Beneath the golden sands of the desert, hidden from sight, water flows. Quiet, ancient, moving through underground channels that lie directly beneath the Great Pyramid. But why? Why would builders of stone and sand care about underground rivers, about the movement of water? Could this hidden flow hold a secret? Could water, along with sound and vibration, be the key to the pyramid's mysterious energy? Let's step inside once more into the heart of the Great Pyramid. Imagine it, walls of stone towering around you, heavy silence, thick and powerful, pressing against your senses. And yet, there's something here, something almost alive, a presence that seems to pulse from within. Could it be the vibration of the earth itself? Scientists have found evidence that the Great Pyramid might be connected to these underground water channels. Beneath the pyramid, there are natural reservoirs, pools where water flows, creating currents, creating energy. When water moves, it generates vibration. And when vibration meets stone, something begins to happen. Could it be that the pyramid was built to capture these vibrations, to amplify them, to turn them into something else? Imagine this. Sound waves, vibrations, traveling through the stone walls, through the floors, filling the air with a hum so low, so deep, that it cannot be heard, only felt. Ancient builders might have known that sound has power, that certain frequencies can calm, can energize, can even heal. But here's the mystery. Could they have found a way to use sound and vibration to harness the Earth's energy? In some places, like the King's Chamber, the acoustics are so perfect that even a whisper can carry, filling the space, echoing, amplifying. It's almost as if the room itself was designed to resonate with sound, to hold it, to build it up. The granite walls, rich in quartz, are known to react to certain vibrations. And when granite is vibrated, when it is tuned to specific frequencies, it can produce energy. Imagine the air around you vibrating at a deep, constant hum, the stone itself beginning to resonate, becoming a conductor of energy. Could it be that the Great Pyramid was created as a massive tuning fork, a structure built to interact with the Earth's natural vibrations? Was it designed to capture these vibrations, to channel them, to magnify them? It sounds impossible. And yet, the more we learn, the more it seems that these builders understood something fundamental about energy, about the power of sound, the power of resonance. The presence of water adds another layer to the mystery. Water moving below could amplify these vibrations like a hidden generator, constantly moving, constantly feeding the energy within. Some researchers believe that as water flowed through these underground channels, it could create low-frequency sounds, sounds that would then travel up through the pyramid, filling its walls, its chambers. It's as if the water and stone were working together, one amplifying the other, creating a hidden energy cycle. Imagine standing in the king's chamber, feeling the vibration around you, feeling the air itself pulse with an unseen energy. Could these vibrations have had a purpose? Some believe they were meant for healing, that the pyramid was a place where people came to restore, to balance, to connect with the Earth's natural energy. Others think that the pyramid could have been a place of learning, where sound and vibration were used to expand the mind, to tap into hidden knowledge. And then, there's the strange effect that sound can have on the body. Certain frequencies can change the way we feel. They can calm us, or they can energize us. Could the pyramid have been built with this in mind? Imagine if those who stood within its chambers could feel the energy around them, sense the vibrations, feel a power they could not see. It's almost as if the pyramid was built to create a space where one could become more aware, more connected to something beyond the physical world. The idea of using sound and vibration isn't as far-fetched as it seems. In fact, scientists today are beginning to rediscover the effects of sound on both physical and mental well-being. But the Great Pyramid was built thousands of years ago. How could these ancient builders have known? How could they have understood the power of sound and water, of vibration and resonance? Some say that the builders of the pyramid must have had an advanced knowledge, a science we've lost. Perhaps they understood that everything, all matter, has a frequency, that everything vibrates. Perhaps they knew how to work with these frequencies, to tune the pyramid like an instrument, creating a space that resonated with the earth, a place where energy could flow freely. Others suggest that the pyramid wasn't only meant for the people who built it, but for the earth itself. Imagine if the vibrations created by the pyramid could interact with the planet's energy, stabilizing it, balancing it, even protecting it. Could the pyramid have been built not as a tomb, not as a symbol, but as a tool for the earth? And so, we're left with more questions. Could the Great Pyramid be a kind of ancient power plant, using water, sound and vibration to generate energy? Could it be that this combination was used not only to create a place of healing and peace, but to connect with something far greater, something beyond our understanding? As we step back, looking up at the Great Pyramid, we can almost feel it. A faint hum, a deep, silent pulse, as if the pyramid itself is alive. A silent, unending rhythm that links it to the world around it, to the earth beneath it, to the stars above. The Great Pyramid stands, quiet and unmoving. And yet, somehow, it seems to hold within it a power we can't explain. Perhaps it was meant to be that way. Perhaps like the movement of water and the rhythm of sound, the pyramid was meant to be a part of nature, a part of something far bigger than any one civilization. As we walk away, we carry with us the question, the feeling, the mystery that continues to linger. Could it be that the Great Pyramid holds a hidden energy, an ancient power waiting silently within its stone walls? And if so, what would happen if we could unlock it? Chapter 9. A beacon of knowledge or warning. Imagine a message written not in words, but in stone. A message hidden within a structure so vast, so perfect that it would last through the ages. Could the Great Pyramid be more than just a marvel of engineering? Could it be a beacon, a sign left for those who would come after? Perhaps it's a message of knowledge, or even a warning. Let's begin with the idea that the pyramid holds knowledge, a sort of time capsule for future generations. Some believe that the builders of the Great Pyramid had advanced understanding about the Earth, the stars, mathematics, even energy. Knowledge that would be precious, that needed protection. Imagine, if you will, that they placed this information within the pyramid, coding it into its structure, its measurements, its alignment. Like a book, written in stone, waiting for those who could read it. Why would they go to such lengths? Why not simply write it down? Perhaps they understood something important, something they feared might be lost. They knew that paper fades, that words can be erased. But stone is eternal. They chose the hardest, most enduring material and built it in a way that would last through time, through wars, through every disaster. And so the Great Pyramid stands, an indestructible library, a symbol of knowledge preserved. But knowledge of what? Some say it holds secrets about the universe, encoded within its walls, waiting to be uncovered. Imagine if the dimensions of the pyramid, its height, its base, its angles, were built to represent something greater, a model of the Earth, a map of the cosmos, each measurement, each line, carefully designed to hold meaning. Some believe that even the positioning of the pyramid is part of this message. Placed at the exact center of the land masses on Earth, it's aligned with the cardinal points with an accuracy that would challenge today's technology. Could this location have been chosen to mark it as a central point, a place of balance, a symbol for all of humanity? As we consider this, another thought emerges. If the pyramid was built to convey a message, was it only meant for humans, or could it be that it was intended for someone else? Imagine the builders looking not just at the Earth, but at the stars. Were they trying to send a signal, a beacon that could be seen from afar? Could the pyramid itself be a signal, something that would stand out, drawing attention not only from those on Earth but from beyond? It sounds like science fiction, but there are mysteries that make us wonder. The alignment of the pyramid, its connection to specific stars, its unique design, all these features hint at something more than a simple structure. And then there's another question that whispers at the back of our minds. What if the message wasn't simply one of knowledge, but of warning? Imagine if these builders had foreseen a threat, a danger they knew would come one day. Imagine if they built the pyramid not only to preserve their knowledge, but to send a message to future civilizations, a warning across the ages. Perhaps they understood something we don't, something they feared might return. Some researchers believe that the pyramid's design might encode warnings about natural events, such as earthquakes or shifts in the Earth's magnetic field. Imagine a civilization so in tune with the Earth that it could detect changes, predict future events. Perhaps they left clues to help future generations survive or to protect them from making the same mistakes. Think of the empty chambers, the mysterious shafts, the hidden passageways. What if these were not just architectural choices, but deliberate parts of a warning system? As though the pyramid was meant to be discovered slowly, with each room, each path, revealing a piece of the message. It's a haunting thought, a message of knowledge, or even of survival, waiting within a structure that seems to watch over us, as if it knows something we don't. The Great Pyramid, standing tall, enduring, as though it holds a secret too great to be told. Perhaps the pyramid was built with the hope that someone, someday, would unlock its message, would understand its warning. Maybe it's waiting for the right moment, the right people to finally see what lies within. But there's something more. What if the pyramid was not just a symbol of warning, but a reminder? A reminder that humanity has always sought to know more, to reach higher, to connect with the universe beyond. The Great Pyramid could be more than a message. It could be a mirror, reflecting our own search for truth, our own quest for meaning. It reminds us that there is always more to learn, that even the most ancient structures hold mysteries we are yet to understand. Standing before the Great Pyramid, we feel it, the weight of history, the power of knowledge preserved through time, and the sense that we are part of something far greater. It's as if the pyramid speaks, silently, telling us to look closer, to dig deeper, to keep searching for answers. And so, we leave the Great Pyramid behind us, with one last thought. What if the message was never meant to be fully understood? What if its true meaning is something that will forever lie just out of reach? A mystery preserved in stone, meant to inspire, to warn, to guide, but always to keep us wondering. Chapter 10. The Mathematics of the Universe, a Code in Stone? Imagine this, a structure built of stone, yet somehow holding the secrets of mathematics, the patterns of nature, the very code of the universe itself. The Great Pyramid, ancient and silent, might be more than just a monument. It could be a message. But not a message of words. A message of numbers, angles, and ratios. What if the pyramid was built to reveal the mathematics of the cosmos? The Great Pyramid isn't just a marvel of engineering, it's a masterpiece of mathematical precision. Each measurement, each angle, every layer and line seems to follow a hidden code, a secret language woven into stone. Let's start with one of the most curious findings. The measurements of the pyramid align with the Earth itself. Yes, the dimensions of the pyramid seem to mirror the size and shape of our planet, as though the builders wanted to create a model of the world. Now imagine the height of the Great Pyramid, when multiplied by a certain number, equals the exact distance from the Earth to the Sun. Could this be a coincidence? Or did these ancient builders know more than we think? Could they have understood the scale of the planet, even the scale of the solar system? And if they did, how? How could they measure distances so vast using only stone tools? And then there's pi, the magical number that represents the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. In the Great Pyramid, the ratio of its height to the perimeter of its base is remarkably close to pi. It's almost as if the builders embedded pi within its structure, a mathematical constant that has fascinated minds throughout history. But here's the question. Did they understand pi as we do? Or did they discover it by chance through geometry and measurement? Imagine ancient architects working without computers, without calculators, yet somehow arriving at a number we see as fundamental to mathematics. Did they see it as a mystery, a gift from nature? Or was it simply a truth they observed in their work, a truth they knew was worth preserving? And then we come to the golden ratio, another number found in nature, in the patterns of flowers, the spirals of seashells, the structure of galaxies. This ratio, a symbol of beauty and balance, appears in the dimensions of the Great Pyramid as well. The height and base of the pyramid relate to each other in a way that echoes this golden proportion. But why? Why would the builders care about this ratio? Could it be that they saw it as a key to harmony, a way to mirror the balance they saw in nature? Some believe that the pyramid's mathematical perfection wasn't just for show. It was a deliberate choice, meant to encode knowledge about the universe. Imagine if each stone, each angle, each measurement was designed to reflect a principle of nature, a law of the cosmos. The pyramid then becomes more than a building. It becomes a book, a manual of hidden knowledge, written in the language of numbers. This brings us to another mystery, the location of the Great Pyramid. Placed at the exact center of the Earth's land masses, its position seems too perfect to be random. It's almost as if the builders understood the Earth's geography, as if they knew exactly where to place it to maximize its significance. Could they have mapped the planet in a way we can't explain? And if so, why did they choose this particular spot? The pyramid's placement has led some to believe that it's not just about the physical location, but about energy. An idea that the pyramid is part of a larger grid, connected to other sites around the world. Imagine a network, an invisible web of energy linking the Great Pyramid to places like Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, and other ancient sites. Could it be that these sites, these monuments, were part of a grand design, a blueprint meant to channel or align with forces we're only beginning to understand? As we look closer, we begin to see that the Great Pyramid isn't just a structure. It's a symbol of unity, a connection between earth and sky, a place where mathematics and mysticism meet. It's as though the builders wanted to remind us that everything is connected, that the principles of nature are the same principles of the cosmos. Each measurement, each line of the pyramid seems to echo a universal truth, a truth that crosses time, culture, and understanding. And then there's one more detail, a mystery so small that it's often overlooked, the missing capstone. The very top of the pyramid is flat, as if something was once there. And now it's gone. What was it? Some say it was a golden capstone, a symbol of completion, of perfection. Others believe it may have been something even more mysterious, a symbol of knowledge yet to be found, or even a piece of technology lost to time. Imagine if that capstone was the final piece of the puzzle, a part of the pyramid that completed its message, that unlocked its full purpose. And now, without it, we're left to wonder, to guess, to search for clues in the structure below. The missing capstone, like the mysteries of the mathematics within, keeps us questioning, keeps us searching for answers. As we stand here, feeling the weight of the stones, the power of the design, we realize that the Great Pyramid is more than just a marvel of architecture. It's a symbol of knowledge, of curiosity, a reminder that there is always more to learn, always another layer to uncover. It invites us to look deeper, to see beyond the surface, to understand the beauty, the balance, the harmony that lies at the heart of everything. The Great Pyramid, silent and timeless, seems to speak. Not in words, but in the language of the universe, a language of numbers, of proportions, of patterns that we can see but cannot fully grasp. And as we leave, we are left with one final question. Could it be that the Great Pyramid was meant to teach us, not just about the past, but about the very nature of reality itself? Chapter 11. Unanswered questions. Endless theories. Imagine standing once again before the Great Pyramid. The ancient stones rising high, casting long shadows over the sand. Thousands of years have passed since it was built, yet it stands, strong and silent. And in its silence, it holds countless questions. Questions we still can't answer, mysteries that continue to haunt us. What if we've only scratched the surface? What if the greatest secrets of the pyramid remain hidden, waiting for the right moment, the right person, or the right theory? Let's start with the simplest question. Who built it? The standard answer is that it was built for the pharaoh Khufu. But is that the whole story? While many historians agree, there are others who aren't so sure. Imagine this. An ancient civilization with technology, skill, and knowledge that somehow disappears, leaving behind only its works, its stones, but not its name. Some theories suggest that it may have been a civilization lost to history, a people who came before, or perhaps a group with knowledge passed down, knowledge we cannot explain. Then there's the question of how it was built. We know the stones weigh tons, some as heavy as a fully loaded truck. How could these massive stones be moved, lifted, and positioned with such precision? Theories range from massive ramps to complex pulley systems. Yet every idea seems to fall short. For every ramp theory, there's a flaw. For every pulley system, a missing piece. Could the builders have used a method we don't yet understand? A technology that was somehow lost through the ages? Or is it possible they had a way of manipulating these stones, using tools or techniques that are now beyond our reach? Some say that water could have played a part, with the Nile's ancient course closer to the pyramid, making transport easier. Others suggest that sound and vibration may have been used, though it sounds like pure fantasy. But if we consider all the mystery around this monument, would it really be so impossible? And then, why was it built? We've been told it was a tomb. Yet no treasures have been found. No body has ever been recovered from inside the Great Pyramid. Tombs are traditionally filled with symbols of wealth and power, of life beyond this world. Yet the Great Pyramid is bare, its chambers empty. Could it be that the pyramid had a different purpose entirely? A purpose that went beyond being a resting place? Some theories propose that it was built as a resonator, meant to amplify sound, energy, or even light. Others say it could have been a place of healing, or perhaps a library of knowledge coded within the stones. Imagine the possibilities. A monument that wasn't just a symbol of power, but a functional structure, a tool designed to interact with the earth, with energy, perhaps even with the cosmos itself. One theory suggests the pyramid could have been a place of initiation, where the ancient elite would come to gain knowledge, to connect with something beyond themselves. Imagine a society where the pyramid served as a gateway, a place to learn, to prepare for something greater, something we cannot fully understand. And what about the mathematical mysteries we've explored? Why do the dimensions of the pyramid align so perfectly with the size of the Earth? Why does it contain the numbers pi and the golden ratio? Did the builders know the secrets of geometry, of mathematics, of astronomy, that we think of as modern? Or could they have been guided by principles, patterns, a way of seeing the world that has since been forgotten? And perhaps the strangest question of all, was the pyramid meant to communicate with the stars? We know that it aligns with the constellations, that its shafts point to specific stars in the sky. Did the builders believe that by aligning with the heavens, they could draw power from the stars, or even send a message across time and space? Was the Great Pyramid meant as a signal, a message meant for others, or perhaps for us? Some suggest it was built to mark the Earth's energetic center, to align with the forces of nature, even to create a balance within the planet itself. Could it be that the pyramid was built as a stabilizing force, a way to ensure harmony between Earth and the heavens? And finally, what lies inside that we still don't know? In recent years, scientists have discovered hidden voids and chambers within the Great Pyramid, spaces that no one has entered, untouched for thousands of years. Could there be objects, treasures, or even knowledge sealed within these hidden rooms? Or are these voids themselves part of a larger design, a mystery of geometry, resonance, or even energy? Imagine that one day we gain access to these spaces, that we uncover the secrets they hold. What would we find? Perhaps answers to some of these endless questions, or perhaps more mysteries. So here we stand, thousands of years after the last stone was placed, still asking the same questions, still searching, still curious. The Great Pyramid holds its secrets close, as if it knows that the search itself is the gift it gives us. Each theory, each question, each new discovery pulls us deeper, urging us to look, to wonder, to reach beyond what we know. And perhaps that's exactly what it was meant to do. The Great Pyramid is a puzzle that inspires us to think, to seek, to believe that there is always more to discover, always another layer to uncover. As we leave, we realize that the true mystery of the Great Pyramid may never be solved. And maybe, That's how it was always meant to be. The pyramid, silent and eternal, stands as a reminder that some questions are bigger than answers, that some mysteries are meant to keep us searching, reaching, wondering, for as long as time itself. Chapter 12. The Legacy of the Great Pyramid. Secrets Yet to Uncover. The Great Pyramid. Standing still, silent, unchanging. It has seen centuries come and go, civilizations rise and fall, and still it watches over the desert, keeping its secrets close. But what does this mighty structure mean for us today? What legacy does it leave behind? Perhaps, as we reach the end of our journey, we're only beginning to understand the true impact of the Great Pyramid. Imagine the first time explorers entered its vast, empty chambers, looking up at the smooth, echoing walls, feeling the weight of history around them. They searched for treasure, for gold, for jewels. But all they found were stone walls, empty rooms, and questions. And yet those questions have inspired countless minds across the ages. The Great Pyramid has been a source of fascination, of wonder, of mystery for generations. Its secrets, it seems, are timeless. The builders left us no instructions, no map to tell us what this structure was meant for, and perhaps that's exactly what they intended. Maybe they wanted us to wonder, to think, to explore, to keep asking questions. And in that way, the pyramid becomes more than just a structure. It becomes an idea, a symbol of the human spirit, our endless curiosity, our desire to understand. As we stand before the Great Pyramid today, we see more than just an ancient monument. We see a legacy of knowledge, of resilience, of ingenuity. It reminds us of what humanity is capable of, even without modern tools, even without the technology we rely on today. It shows us that there was once a people who looked up at the stars, who worked in harmony with nature, who understood principles that still puzzle us now. And while the mysteries remain, perhaps that's what gives the pyramid its true power. Each generation brings its own theories, its own ideas, its own attempts to unlock its secrets. From scientists to mystics, from architects to dreamers, each person who gazes upon the Great Pyramid finds something different. It's a mirror, reflecting back our own questions, our own hopes, our own dreams. But the question still lingers. Why? Why was this monument created with such precision, with such purpose, with a design that continues to puzzle and amaze? Was it a gift to the future? A challenge? Or perhaps a reminder? A reminder that some mysteries cannot be solved, that some things are meant to be wondered at, marveled at, without fully understanding. Imagine that the pyramid is waiting for someone to see what has been there all along. Waiting for a moment in time when we are ready to understand its message. Could it be that the pyramid was built to inspire, to challenge each generation to reach higher, to think deeper? Perhaps the pyramid's true legacy is the curiosity it inspires, the endless search for answers it ignites within us. And then there's a final thought. What if the Great Pyramid is only the beginning? What if it points to something greater, something we have yet to discover? Perhaps there are secrets hidden beneath the sand, waiting to be uncovered. Other monuments, other structures, other clues left for us by those who came before. Imagine if the Great Pyramid was just the start of a journey, an invitation to keep exploring, to keep searching. Today, scientists use the most advanced technology to scan the pyramid, to map its interior, to detect what lies behind the walls. But with each discovery, new mysteries emerge. Just when we think we've found an answer, a new question arises, as if the pyramid itself is alive, always staying just one step ahead of us. And so we find ourselves back where we began, standing in awe, looking up at the Great Pyramid, feeling its presence, its power. The journey may be coming to an end, but the mystery endures. The pyramid, ancient and timeless, stands as a testament to human imagination, to our capacity for wonder, to our endless pursuit of knowledge. In the end, perhaps the greatest secret of the Great Pyramid is not what it was meant for, or how it was built, but how it makes us feel. It reminds us of our place in the world, of the vastness of history, of the mysteries that connect us to the past. It leaves us with questions, yes, but also with a sense of hope, of possibility, of wonder. The Great Pyramid's legacy, then, is more than its stones, more than its chambers or its angles. Its legacy is its ability to inspire, to draw us in, to keep us searching, wondering, dreaming. And perhaps that is the greatest mystery of all, a mystery that will never be solved. As we walk away, we know one thing for certain. The Great Pyramid will remain long after we're gone, long after the sands have shifted and the world has changed. It will stand, watching, waiting, keeping its secrets close, inviting future generations to ask the same questions, to feel the same awe, to embark on the same journey of discovery. The Great Pyramid, timeless, silent, eternal, forever holding its secrets, forever inspiring the hearts and minds of those who dare to dream.